Got a quick little repair. 08 Honda Civic. Passenger front window motor. It's going bad. Already got a new one here. So I'm going to show you how we diagnose that it's the window motor and how we replace it. Should be a really quick, simple job. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the thing about this one is it hasn't completely stopped working. It's been intermittent. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So let's see if it works right now. Okay. So right now it's working. So I've already diagnosed it. I can't really show you now because it's happened to be working. I've already diagnosed it. I waited till it wasn't working. I popped out the control panel here. I pulled the plug. Luckily with this car, you can get right to the window motor without having to pull the whole door panel off. So I just popped the switch out, left it plugged in. Just unplugged the connector from the motor, took a test light, and it was getting power on both sides. So up and down it was getting a signal. So I plugged it back in, still wasn't working. So that leads me to believe that the motor's bad, and kind of like a blower motor for the air conditioning. You know, sometimes they go out and you can just kind of hit it or bump it and it'll start back working. So kind of the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you, even though it is working now, I'm gonna show you how I diagnosed it originally, and then we'll just get into replacing it. Okay, so on this car, you just pop this little spot right here where you pop the back of this switch panel out. Okay. Alright, then it's gonna slide forward backwards rather. Okay, and that's it. So we're gonna keep this plugged in. I'll show you the motor real quick. So you can easily see right there's the motor. So you've got room to unplug it and test it out without having to take the whole panel off. So go ahead and unplug it. Kind of really tight, so just need to press down on it a little bit. Okay. So just got a test light here, so we're gonna find a good ground for it. Put around this bolt right here. So the ignition and everything on, so you can see there's in the switch there's only 2 terminals. So you see on the connector there's only 2 terminals there. One's for up, one's for down. So we're gonna check both. So all I'm gonna do is just hold the test light to each one while I operate the switch. See the lights working? Well, maybe you can't. Put my hand in the way. So I'm just gonna hold it to each one while we operate the switch. Okay. So that's our down. So obviously it won't work up, and then this is our up. And like I said, we've tested this. I tested this using this switch and the master switch, and they both work perfectly. Even and it works perfectly like that when the car's having the problem and when it's not. So that eliminates any wiring or power issues or anything. So that leads me to believe it's just a motor. So now we're just gonna pull the panel off and get the motor changed out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this switch out. Say easily. Everything is harder when it's cold. Okay. You have one screw right here. That comes out. Behind the door handle, you'll have a little cover here that you pull out. Okay. That's out. You'll have one screw in there, and there'll be one plastic clip. Last time this car got took apart, the plastic clip broke, so all we have is the screw. Okay. Next, I'm gonna grab the panel down here at the bottom. Just give it a quick tug. Okay. Now all the clips are free. So next thing we gotta do is pull this handle out. bolt loose. Pull up on our panel, turn the handle to the side, feed it through, and now the panel is out of the way. So now we can see our motor here, plain as day. So first let's make sure we got the right part. Okay. Yep, looks to be the same to me. So it should be good. So it took me a while to figure out what size bolts are holding this in, and closest thing I got is a T20 Torx. Seems like that's a little loose in there, so it may be a little bigger than that, but there's 3 bolts holding it together. Okay, so I've got a dead blow hammer jammed up against the door brace and the window, so just in case it decides to move, it won't come crashing down. Alright. I just gotta finish getting these bolts out. Okay, got the old one out. Okay. Motor is in and snugged up, so let's do a test rip with it. Let's go ahead and pop everything back together, and then we'll wrap it up. Make sure you feed your connector back through. Lined up. Get all your top clips in. Put our screws back in. And just for the lulls, let's check it one more time. Passes my test. All right, so some of you might be asking, why didn't you just go ahead and change the whole regulator? Wouldn't that have been easier? I don't know, this seemed pretty easy. Plus, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the regulator, it works perfectly. And I mean, I just like to keep things as intact as possible. So let's think about it. I spent, that motor might have been $30, $30, $35. But yeah, that's why. There's no need to change it. Everything worked fine. Anyway, so hopefully this helped you out some. Like I said, the diagnosis process wasn't that great because it happened to be working right now. But anyway, very easy. Anybody can do it. If you got any questions on it, ask me. Hopefully this helped you out. If you got anything to add, let me know, and check me out on the next one.